Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, as you heard, a survivor and representing Guns Down Life's Up, as you see with her ribbon, Maria!
Hi everyone. Little Lex, that's my youngest daughter.
Go ahead, girl.
She was rapping, she made that song because she was getting bullied in school. So, thank you so much, hon.
Go ahead,
So, she decided to show her bullies that y'all could bully me, but I'm better than
That's
you.
right. Go ahead, Lexa.
Okay, how can I do this story? I have a long story. All right, my mom is, I have 6 brothers, I'm the only girl, so she's old-fashioned.
Oh, wow.
She didn't believe in doing sonograms and all that. So when she gave birth to me, it was an old hospital. It's not there no more. It's on Fordham. It was on Fordham Road. Yes, she gave birth to me there. She found out I was a girl and she left me in the hospital, and I have nothing but brothers. So from being abandoned in the hospital, from going to group home, foster homes, group homes, ended up looking for love, because, those are foster parents. They just there getting money. Mm-hmm. They're not treating you how you're supposed to be treated. So, looking for the love and everything, started hanging out in the street with the bad people. It was an underground Jamaican club on 167 in Girard. So I went there with a couple of my friends. We went hanging out. And I was like, I like this club. Me doing negative stuff I was supposed to be doing to get attention. Then went home like nothing. Pretended, she lived on the 5th floor, my foster mother, so I climbed up the 5th floor fire escape, went through the window, pretended I was sleeping, went to school and all that. Again, I cut school. When I was in school, I was in middle school. You could say I was in my 14s. Went to the underground club again. Somebody, which I shouldn't did, left my drink on top of the table. Went to the bathroom, started drinking, felt it weird. When I opened my eyes, I was in a hospital. Doctors asking me questions. I'm asking them how I ended up here. They was like, you got raped. I said, really? How was that? I don't remember what happened. Where's my daughter? She's back there. I don't want her to hear. Oh, go over here. Can you go back there, Cabria? Girls, please, can you go back there? Thank you. They gave me, okay. Yeah, go to the back, outside the door. I'm sorry, because I just don't want her to hear what I've been through. All right, so she was like, you got to take this pill. So in case you're pregnant, you know.
Is this yours?
That's her son. No, he's fine. So she said, you got to take this pill, and then you got to come back and do another follow-up. So she said, come back in 5 days. I came back in 5 days for a follow-up. Had to talk to detectives and everything. And months passed, and I was feeling weird. I'm only 14. What can I say? So I was like, I'm not feeling good. Let me go to St. Barnabas. No, Bronx, Lebanon. So I explained to them, I was like, I would like to go to the GYN and do a test, a pregnancy test. I explained to them my story and took the test, and they said, you're pregnant. I was like, but they gave me a pill, and the pill didn't work. So they was like, do you want, terminate the pregnancy, or do you want to have it and give it up for adoption? I'm looking at her like, you dumb? But she didn't know my history. So I was like, why would I give my child for adoption if I was up giving her for adoption? So then I'm looking at her, I'm like, that was my fault, being at the wrong place, doing the wrong thing. I'm gonna sacrifice myself and I'm gonna have my baby. So months passed, gave birth to my oldest daughter. She's 19 right now, Ashley. I'm like, okay, I'm 15 with a baby in a foster home. I almost arrived. My foster mother was like, there's a baby, but you gotta do something. I was like, I'm gonna finish school, I'm gonna do that. But then she was like, what about money-wise? And I'm looking at her, but you're getting a check for me and my daughter. What you talking about money-wise? So I was like, all right. So then started talking to this guy and told them, listen, you gotta put me on. I know you sell and I be seeing you with different kind of cars, looking good. I gotta make money. I have a daughter now. So I started selling crack bottles for him. Then I started selling coke. Then I started selling weed. Got busted and got locked up. But when I gave birth to my first daughter, I didn't want to say it, but I gave birth to her in Rikers Island at the age of 15. But I found my rapist. Somebody told me who he was. And when I saw my rapist, I went to my foster mother's house because I was selling, but I needed protection, so I had a gun on me. So I went to the closet, went down the fire escape so my foster mother, they wouldn't know. You know the bodega when there's like an icy thing to get the icy? He was standing right there with a whole bunch of people. Just walked up to him in the street, aimed a gun at him. I said, you did me wrong. He started laughing. He was like, that's what hoes get. I said, really? Shot at him. I wanted him dead. So I shot at him again. So the second bullet hit the icy thing. When I'm running away from the scene because I hear the cops, it ricocheted, hit it, but it didn't hit me in my back. Was in the hospital. To this day, I still got the bullet on my back because they said they remove it, I will get paralyzed. That didn't stop me. I still started hanging out, selling drugs, got pregnant with my second daughter at the age of 18. I was like, I need to stop. I have my first daughter, Ashley. It's a long story, but I'm skipping. My first daughter, Ashley, I gave birth to her at a young age. Then I gave birth to my other daughter at the age of 18. Then when Tatiana, that she's 17 right now, was 7 months, that's when I found out that my oldest daughter was diagnosed with leukemia. She was stage 4. Didn't know. I was a young mother. I didn't know she was having fever. She was anemic. Doctor was saying, just give her anemic medicine. Give her Tylenol. Give her Motrin. I was combing her hair and I see some lumps on the back of her head. So I'm thinking it's mosquito bites because it was summertime. But those was called lymph nodes. I didn't know they were lymph nodes. So they said, we got to keep her in the hospital. Here comes cops, the doctor. I'm looking at the nearest exit because I didn't abuse my daughter. I'm a young mom with 2 kids, but I'm going to run and leave my kids in the hospital. When they told me we got bad news, and I'm like, what's the bad news? I'm bringing my daughter. She has fever. I'm doing by what the doctor says. They was like, she's stage 4 of leukemia. She's not going to make it. We only give her 2 weeks to live. The wrong thing for them to say. I went crazy. That's why the cops was there. Because I didn't know what to do. They didn't have a mom. I had a foster mother, but she was downstairs in the waiting area. I was all by myself here. So they was like, well, do you have family? I said, no. They was like, well, you need to get them together because she's not going to live that long. So you need to start preparing funerals, arrangements, and everything. I was like, funeral arrangement. My first daughter, I was like, this is God's telling me something.
Hi, I'm Charles Alomont, and I want to thank you for watching the LDM Network. For more information on this show or any other show, please go to www.ldmnetwork.net. Again, that's www.ldmnetwork.net. And now, let's get back to our show.
So, I'm surrounded by a lot of amazing people. You know, once you open up and your faith gets bigger, is you level up in life. You just level up, and what you give is what you get. The Lord starts blessing you and surrounding you with people that connect with you. And then together, you grow together, and you keep leveling up, going up and up. I have been blessed and touched. Like I said, I have pictures all around. There is a picture on the table. That picture right there. That picture right there. We are a sisterhood. We have gone through so much together as just friends. But our bond, it doesn't break. We're like real sisters. We can fight, we can disagree, and the next day we'll call each other right back like nothing happened, because that's what true friendship, sisterhood, and love is about. You can agree to disagree, you can argue, you can fight, but the love will always be there. And we have an amazing soul that couldn't be with us here today because she's giving herself endlessly. Where is she? Peru. She's in Peru. She's a big advocate for children with disabilities. Her daughter has a disability, and she's right now for those kids over there in Peru that the parents give the kids up because they have disabilities. They're all in a center, in a home, and she's giving her time to be with them and to bless them with her presence, because her presence, when you're a friend of hers, when you're a sister of hers, it's amazing, and she lifts you up. She is a motivational speaker. She is doing her thing, and she pushes us to be the best that we can be. She does a program. You can reach out to her. She does. I haven't completed. My plate is always full. I have to learn to control what I put on my plate, but I have to finish with her. But I'm still going up there. I'm still doing my thing. But I hold space for her here today at this event that I put up on Facebook to get new people to bring out to everyone, to be surrounded with us. And she told me about this lady and said reach out to her, need to hear her story. And it turns out that she's also part of my Milagros Day worldwide organization. She was an ambassador last year, am I right, Margaret? This year, she was an ambassador this year. She represents the LGBTQ community. So I was amazing to have tonight. We have the youth, right? We have your story, and now we're going to have representation from the LGBTQ community, because domestic violence is not discriminating. Not in race, not in color, not in age, not in sex. She attended a gala last night. That was one of my other sisters, Lila, and I know that was amazing. I couldn't be there. It's too much for me with having minds, and we're always back to back. That's because our minds connect. I was her mentor. She was my mentee. I was with my Lila from the event yesterday. And as my mentee, sometimes I would fall back, and she'd be quick to put me back into place, like, do I got a phone call to do? Are we supposed to do this? And I'm like, oh, thank you. And she's doing such amazing things. So if you go on my page, you're going to be seeing all these amazing things. I know, here you go, I'm talking, I can help it, I'm sorry. And also, on Milagros Day, I have one of my sisters. When I tell you that God is amazing, God is amazing. When I became a graduate of Milagros Day Worldwide, I'm sorry, you'll get to know about it. Go on the website, go on my Facebook, you don't know about it. There was a boot camp. I finally went to it after my second event. It was amazing. So I became a graduate. After becoming a graduate, this Transformation Academy, I attended that. I was a mentee, and I was put with a mentor that I went to my first meeting, and I met everybody there except one lady I didn't meet. And I had my daughter with me because I just take her everywhere, like un clavito, she's my clavito. Something with domestic violence, it incorporates everything. Depression, eating disorders, suicide, a lot of mental issues, just everything gets combined, right? So I was also diagnosed with PTSD. You know what that is? That's usually associated with our veterans, right? But now with domestic violence, it's also associated with us. So that was the problem that I had with going out anywhere, being by myself. I had a big fear of that, so I always had a hobby one that was my daughter. Anyway, my mentor became right there, Miss Kitty, and my daughter remembered her from that meeting. I'm like, I don't know who this Kitty is, and she was like, "Wait, I think that's the one that was at the table and you kept trying to talk, but you didn't get to talk to her." Blah, 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 blah. And it turns out we are so similar, so similar. God is amazing. Dawn just came out from the top of her head, put us together, and spiritually and through our minds, because she's from Brooklyn, she's a whole other borough, but we're always connected. And I'm so grateful for you to be here today. You don't know how much it means to me. This is why I'm standing here today, because of the love and support of my friends and my family, just like that. So, okay, enough of your time, Marilyn. Thank you. Please come up here. Marilyn? She's coming.
Hello, thank you for coming to our page and watching our short video. We at the LDM Show enjoy bringing you events, stories, performances, and news that are going on in the community that many people are not aware of, giving them opportunity to showcase their talent, network, and build awareness. We also have a volunteer learning program that gives future media hopefuls a chance to learn the business so they can take it out there and do it on their own. This all has been a great adventure of ours. A lot of amazing things have happened to our show ever since the first day we aired, and this all happened because of your support. We are now ready to take it to the next level by airing in several community channels. As amazing as it might sound, being on a community channel, wow, it demands us to upgrade our equipment, such as wide-angle cameras, broadcasting systems, Wi-Fi, body mics, and much more. For this reason, we need your help. We are asking for you to donate to help us reach a wider audience and create a community awareness. Help us make this dream a reality. Also ask, how can you help by buying advertising space on our show or our website? Again, thank you for your support. With your help, we can reach and create a better community awareness. Again, thank you, and keep on watching the LDM.
Hello everybody, I've been having a blast here. It's my first time attending this event, and I'm very, very grateful that I got invited to be with you and celebrate the survivors, right? Everyone that is here is a survivor of something. Maybe you're not directly related to domestic violence, but you are a survivor in life. We all go through so much struggles and stories. Well, my story is a domestic violence survivor story. However, it's a very different story from the majority that has been shared here because of the fact that my abuser was another woman. I was in a same-sex relationship with this woman for almost 6 years, and she was the love of my life. She's a beautiful, sweet person. If you see her, you will never think that she's so vicious and so dangerous. And there's a lot of people like her out there, sadly. We see faces, they all look good. You don't know the devil in disguise until you actually see them. And I have a child that I was raising with this person, and my child is currently 13 years old, so by the time that I engaged in the relationship with her, my child was 7 years old, and he became her son as well. And this person used my child as the best weapon to manipulate me, to hurt me, to terrorize me, because of the fact that she knew that I wouldn't do anything if my child was in danger. And obviously, that was her power over me. In time, the violence escalated, from verbal, like we all know, we already know so many phases of domestic violence. It became physical. It became dangerous to the point that I was fearing for my life. And meanwhile, like many of us survivors, we were living a double life. You are out there, living the law, living in front of the world, a face. Like in my case, I am a public person. I'm speaking, I'm attending events, I'm on TV, I have my own show, I was getting a lot of awards, recognition. I'm all over the world, people know who I am. But nobody knew what I was going through in silence in my home. And one of the questions that I have been getting after I share my story is, Marilyn, how can somebody so strong like you can be a victim of domestic violence? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people here might have heard the same questions. Or the question, why did you leave? Why did you go through all that? And obviously, if somebody asks you that, they've never been through domestic violence. It's not as easy as just hit them back and go. In fact, as per statistics, 75% of murders happen when the victim is planning to escape or right after escaping. That is one of the most dangerous times in the life of a victim of abuse. And it's something that cannot be done lightly. You need to plan, and sometimes it takes a little bit of luck to get away from these people, because even after you leave, you're not safe. These people will hunt you down. And as a matter of fact, next week, it's going to be my first anniversary, my first year of freedom from this person. I escaped from her on October 19, 2017. So it hasn't been that long. And to this day, I'm still hiding from her. Okay? I had to relocate. I have to basically get us out of the radar. Okay, I do my public speaking. I'm always aware of my surroundings. I'm always, surrounded with people, because I'm not going to let her or anything else stop me from doing what I have to do. But I'm still in fear. I'm still having nightmares. I'm still going to therapy. I'm still going through the psychiatrist. I still take medication. I have PTSD. I have anxiety. Sometimes I have nightmares that I can't sleep, because the trauma of domestic violence is so deep. It changes your brain chemistry. It's proven that children that grow in domestic violence environment can develop ADHD, can develop a lot of other mental conditions. My child actually was diagnosed with ADHD with unattentiveness, and his therapist and their counselor said that it was due to the domestic violence that he witnessed throughout the years. Because one of the things that my abuser used to do was do these things in front of my child. And she will tell me in front of my child, I can't wait until Joe is 16 so he can hit you too in the face. And this is a woman who is a mother and is a grandmother. Okay? And you will say, why somebody will hurt another person that way for no reason? Well, I have discovered through my research after going through my survival that some people are sick in the head, for real. There's no other reason, but they're really sick. And there's a condition that is under the cluster B personality disorders. It's called narcissism. And I discovered that my ex is a malignant narcissist. And these people sadly, they don't have any fixing. And sadly, there's so many of these people out there among us. And those are dangerous, because these people have absolutely no remorse. They feel no guilt. Everything that they do, they're going to find a way to blame you. It's always going to be your fault. They have no regrets. And it's because they don't have the capability. You can't change them. And it's important that we just not prevent domestic violence. We just not react to domestic violence. We prevent domestic violence from happening. Education is the key. We need to talk. We need to break the silence. I even tattooed it on my arm about 2 months ago. Break the silence. Silence kills. When nobody knows what you're going through, you're putting yourself in danger because silence is going to kill you. Nobody can help you if they don't know what you're going through. We need to stop feeling shameful about being victims. We didn't put ourselves in that situation. We didn't do anything wrong. These people are hurting us. These people know how to, because obviously they're the closest persons to us. They know our weaknesses. They know what can they do to us to make us feel a certain way. Another thing that I want to tell you guys is domestic violence conversation needs to be gender inclusive, gender neutral, and diverse. It's not just men hurting women out there. There's a lot of women hurting other women. There's a lot of women hurting men. There's men hurting other men. And domestic violence happens to a lot of people. However, we don't talk about those cases as much. So we need to start doing that. There's a lot of young, gay, lesbian, transgender kids right now that in the future are going to become victims of domestic violence among their same-sex relationships, and they will not know who to talk to about it. We need to be inclusive in our conversation about DV. When I needed to escape, I didn't know what to do. I feel that the justice system was going to be against me, that I was not going to receive the same treatment by the police, because they don't believe that another woman is capable of doing all these things. Until one day, I had my body covering so many bruises, bite marks, cigar burn marks. Okay, this person was actually going to burn me alive. I said, I need to escape. I called Lila Green from Homes for Hope, and she told me, if you need to go, tell me right now, I'll go get you. Because the thing is that I didn't have anybody to go to. I came from Puerto Rico to be with this person. I lost my family, my job, my home, everything. I was totally isolated. So, I didn't know anywhere, anybody. And she told me that, and that made me feel that I had somebody. And that was like the best thing that I did, was to reach out to her. Because the next day, I got in a cab, and I told the cab, take me to the police. I got into the police station, and I asked for help. They asked me to take my clothes off, and I did. And they took pictures of my body. When they saw how damaged my body was, they put a warrant for her arrest. They arrested her. And then we went through the judicial process. I had to leave my home with my child. They put me on protective shelter. I became homeless. I became homeless. For 4 months I lived in a shelter with my son. Something that I never thought that it was going to happen to me. You know? Nobody thinks that they're going to end up in a situation like that, but I have to, for my safety. I had to relocate myself, live in a shelter, and went through the process of going to court every month, see this person's face, and see in her face justice. She got indicted with 10 criminal charges. She had to make a plea, and she got a plea bargain for 2 of the highest charges, and they gave her a probation of 3 years and an order of protection for life. She can never get in touch with me. Another thing that I want to encourage you people, if you are going through domestic violence, if you know somebody going through domestic violence, escaping is not enough. Yes, it's good to leave and get away from these people. Make them pay. Take them to police. Put a complaint against them. Save your evidence. Take pictures. Put them away. Put them on the internet, here somewhere. Send it to a friend. Save your evidence. Evidence is important because sometimes it's she said, he said. We need to be smart and plan to escape. It took me a long time. saving pictures here, saving pictures there. I have pictures of my face like this, like a monster, my broken lips. I even have recordings of things that she did to me and said to me. And little by little, every time that I could, I was hiding them. Because she found out that I was recording her, and then she would take away my phone all the time and go through it and always try to delete every evidence. But I was able to manage to save enough evidence to make a really strong case. And when the time comes and you're ready to go, go, don't look back. There's nothing to look back. And go to the police and make these people pay for what they have done to you. Don't let them get away with that. Because you know what? They're going to try to convince you to go back, and it's going to be worse. How many people have been killed after leaving their abusers? We need to let people know that it's not okay to hurt other people. And there's also important that we heal to the proper channels. If you have children, like I do, take them to therapy. Immediately after you leave, you go to therapy as well. Heal yourself, become stronger. Help your children become stronger. 75% of the children that go through domestic violence become abusers themselves or become victims themselves. We need to help our children not to become the next abuser. We need to break the cycles. We need to heal, help them heal, and share our stories, because the more we talk about this, the more people will help. Thank you so much.
The best radio station in the world. Is right here, right now.
LDM Radio.
She's so fake.
She's such a slut. You can see the layers on her face.
Look at her chicken legs. Oh my god.
How short is that skirt?
I can't believe she'd even put that on.
Is that her dress? It's not even on her hardly.
It's not even covering her up.
It's actually disgusting. Oh my god. How can she do her hair like that?
I don't even know how this girl has
I
friends.
saw her talking to Holden the other day. Who does she think she is?
I bet she slept with the whole football team. She's not even pretty. She's gained so much weight. She looks like a cow.
Such a good idea. Watch this.
You're good. Oh my god, that's so funny. You gotta post that. I got an idea past this. Oh my god.
Good afternoon. My name is John Perez. I've just been elected to the 87th Assembly District Leadership. Prior to that, I served 18 years as in the United States Army, active duty. I did about 3 wars, and in those wars, it took me around the world a few times. And I got to witness what domestic violence looked like in other countries, which is 10 times as worse as here at home. Women could have their heads cut off. Women can have their fingers, appendages cut off. Women could be, their genitals could be mutilated. There's a whole bunch of other things. You have different religions that forbid women from doing certain things. So down here, when you come back to the States and you say, wow, do we really have it any better? And obviously we don't. And when it comes to men, I am actually not a survivor, but I am a victim of domestic violence. And I'm going through court right now. That bag has my whole jacket right there of what I'm going through right now, and I'm still going through it. I got to go to court on Monday. That's how I met Tanya. I was running this year, and I was the only candidate, the only male candidate that was standing up for women's rights, because I have a little daughter, and my daughter, when she was 6 years old, she was sexually assaulted by a security guard in the building, and she tells Daddy, and Daddy, right, I know what I should have done, but I'm the bigger person, right? I want to make sure that my daughter's protected, and I confront the mom who did know what had happened, and she goes, it's all right, we took care of it. Go to find out that she didn't take care of it, she tried to cover it up. And my daughter is feeling the effects of that. So when I went to the authorities and I started to explain to the authorities what happened, now I'm the one who's being accused of not doing the right thing. So I said, how is it possible that I'm trying to protect my daughter and you're telling me that whatever it is that I'm saying or she's saying is not what's happening? So I took the advice was the young lady that was just up here just now, and I started recording. I started recording everything. So the judge didn't like that. The fact that every time that they came up with something, I have something, hey, no, look, it's right here. So in the court orders in there, it says that I cannot record anymore, that I cannot educate my daughter on what sexual abuse is and sexual harassment is. So I'm a defiant guy, right? I've been all over the world, I've carried weapons, I've shot, I've done a whole bunch of other things, and I said, this is not going to stop me. I am going to continue to fight, and I am continuing my fight, and I am not going to stop. When it comes to domestic violence, and I know it's a touchy subject, but it's a necessary subject to be talking about. I remember when I was younger, and I know a lot of you over here were younger at one time, when you were growing up, you used to say, sticks and stones can break my bones. Well, later we find out that words hurt as much as sticks and stones. So it was a farce back then, and we're coming full circle now, and we're saying, hey, listen, not only do sticks and stones hurt, but words also hurt. And the words carry more than a bruise, a stick, a kick, or a punch, because mentally it destroys you. And we have to be very careful as parents how we talk around our children, because they're parrots. They're going to repeat the same thing that they hear you saying. They're going to repeat the same thing. I'm very preppy around my children. I was a single dad. I raised all my children. I'm fighting for the last one now. And my son, my kid, Aldo knows my children. Where's Bob? Bob knows my children. My children are very passive individuals. They think before they speak. They're very articulate. I think I'm the one that doesn't have the best vocabulary next to them. They're very, very, very smart, and they'll analyze you before they start to talk to you, because they want to know how to approach you, because they don't want to be offensive, and they don't want to say something that'll may belittle you, or you think that they're belittling you. No, they analyze everything. So I think I did a pretty good job doing that. The last thing that I want to say is that I made a choice, and the first time my wife went to hit me with a wine glass, and it caused 5 stitches on my hand. So I go to the precinct, I make a report, and they laugh at me. It's like, you're in uniform, man, you're a soldier. You should be able to handle that. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I can do that. There's some politicians out there that have been accused of domestic violence and sexual assault. He's pointing. And the second time, 2 days after, when I told her, listen, I'm going to leave this relationship, because not only have you been verbally abusive, but Emma's still around here, and she hears you, and I don't want to be part of that. So she gets frustrated. She waits till I walk out the door. She kicks me in the back, and I go flying across the hallway. I said, that's it. So right there and then, I made the choice of not going back home. I said, I am not going to, you're trying to trigger something in me. You're trying to trigger me to go after you. Well, she hit me, now I'm going to hit you. And that's how it goes, right? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Not this guy. Not this guy. I don't have time. I love you. Gotcha. But it's not going to happen. It took me 7 years to get a divorce. And this particular case has been going on for 3 years now. I don't have an attorney. I usually represent myself. I am the best person to explain who I am and what I believe. Not that I'm incapable. I have to learn the law because that's the law. You know, you're in that courtroom. You're in the lion's mouth, so you have to be able to defend yourself. But when you depend on somebody else, an attorney, and we know that the system is kind of broken, so you have to be able to articulate what your message is, what the problem is, and how to solve the problem, because you can't come up here and talk about the problem without having a solution. And that is the whole business of this. You have to come up with a solution. All right? So I wish everybody a whole bunch of luck. Get in contact with Tanya. If you see somebody that's in trouble, get involved to an extent where it doesn't put yourself in jeopardy, but reach out to other people. Their services out there. So I thank you very much. I support each and every one of you. And keep practicing.
Tanya, it's a pleasure always. Thanks for the invitation. And I just want to make some noise and give y'all props, all the survivors of domestic violence. Please make some noise for all of you guys. And it's an incredible event. My name is Mando El Pelado. I'm from Ecuador. I'm also from Brooklyn, Ecuador en la casa. Shout out to all the Boricuas over here because I see the little name of respect. Let's get it though. This song is called Bésame. Hope you guys like it. Dice, tu amor es lo que quiero, en mi mente yo te llevo, siempre eres real, cuando estás junto a mí, caricias y tus besos, en eso solo pienso, para mí eres tan especial. Báilame, vámonos y báilame. Se me venir a esa otra vez. Yo, dices, movimiento lento salvaje, en de noche el cuerpo lo sabe, un beso que nunca se acabe, yo quiero comerte lo sabe, movimiento lento salvaje, en de noche el cuerpo lo sabe, que tu beso nunca se acabe. Vamos y bailame, acércate, se me venir a ser otra vez. Señor, solo una llamada y ya llegó a tu puerta. Llegó como europeo al balcón de Julieta. Era con cualquiera por mi alma, que me cuento de hada, mami, tú eres la princesa. Solo que me canta cada vez que ella me cela. Solo reconozco cada vez que ella me besa. No le dimos rollo, compraron su belleza, silueta perfecta cada vez que ella se entrega. Y memorizando los detalles de tu cara. No soy como tira para vivir esta vara. Comparto secretos, mami, a cada madrugada. Conseguí mi deseo y son parte de la lámpara. Y mami, tú lo sabes, que tu beso nunca se acabe. Vámonos y bailame. Una bulla bien, una bulla. Venir a besar otra vez. Mami, ese tiro que me tiene cautivo. Sigo regresando para el otro gatito. A un besito me tiene en el piso. No cabe mañana viendo pajarito. Aprovechemos el momento. Amarremos la mano del tiempo. Tu labio, tu pelo perfecto. Y en tu mirada me pierdo. Aprovechemos el momento. Mami, respetamos el tiempo. Tu labio, tu pelo perfecto. Y en tu mirada me pierdo. Es lo que quiero. En mi mente yo te llevo, siempre eres real, cuando estás junto a mí. Caricias y tus besos, eso solo pienso, para mí eres tan especial. Como dice, vamos y bailame, acércate, sedúceme, ven y besame otra vez. Una bulla, mi gente, mi latino aquí en la casa. Mando el Pelado, ese es mi tema, Bésame. You guys can follow me, mandoelpelado.com, Ecuador en la casa, and it's a pleasure to be here, mi gente. Una bulla, todos los sobrevivientes, son más survivors. This is for domestic violence awareness. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Charles Alomar, and I want to thank you for watching the LDM Network. For more information on this show or any other show, please go to www.ldmnetwork.net. Again, that's www.ldmnetwork.net. And now, let's get back to our show.
¡La diferencia!
Saludos a todos. Gracias por la oportunidad de tenerme aquí presente con todos ustedes. Un evento súper importante. La verdad que me siento orgulloso. Quiero decirle que cada historia de ustedes me ha tocado. Casi me hacen llorar. De verdad que es un honor estar aquí, estar con ustedes. De verdad que me siento orgulloso de todas las personas que han sobrevivido a violencia doméstica. De verdad que gracias a Eileen, gracias a Diana, y a todas las personas que están aquí. Pero vamos a bailar un poco, DJ, suéltala. ¿Cuánto es la diferencia en la casa? ¿Cuánto es la diferencia? Thank you for that, man. Dice así. Ella pide que se acatada, que la lleve donde sea. Me gusta la tienda y los reyes que llega. Ella sabe que no nos va a poder subir a mi tierra. Y no puedo me quiera. Ella anda de sentada de lenta y un maduro. Y el primero que cantaba que ella tiene todo. Ella tiene maduro. Ella tiene maduro. Ella tiene maduro. Ella tiene maduro. Si no tanto de sentada que tengo de la polera, pero no. Por eso digo, si la vida va a insistir, si no quiero cosas de vida, como todo me duro, la negra forma me duro, hago un crital me duro, cuando la boca duro, bajo de mi deseo, nuestro corazón que la quiera, y nada la pelea, esto es mi María. Si se siente orgulloso de ser latino, ¿dónde está la gente latina? Me tiran pa' que le crea, bailamos para perder, si ganar todo reja, esa carga por la mía, vamos de donde sea, nuestro corazón que la pega, y nada la pelea, los gritos, y cuando me subientada, la bomba al rumbo, ella prima mi precanado, que no tiene el truco, ella es mi maluco, ella es mi maluco, ella es mi maluco, ella es mi maluco, si no me subientada, una pelea, pero no, muchísimas gracias, mi gente. Como dije, es un honor estar aquí compartiendo con todos ustedes, así que gracias por el apoyo. Sigan triunfando y sigan luchando. Que yo sé que no es fácil, pero tampoco es imposible, ¿verdad? De parte de Juan, que la diferencia, así que pasen buenas tardes. Dios los bendiga. Everybody, dale un aplauso para Juan, la diferencia.
The best radio station in the world. Is right here, right now.
LDM Radio.
Vaya Fede, una bulla. We are here for a great cause, definitely. Thanks to Tanya. Una huya for Tanya. Thank you for having us, love. Definitely here. Appreciate everything. And DJ, drop it like it's hot. Yeah. Y dice así.
Si me duele, 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 duele tanto. Ahora que me quedo yo, ahora que me explico. Tú sabes que me duele tanto que te quise. Mira, venga, ¿qué pasó? Tanto bonito me vuelvo. Por eso que ya yo no vuelvo. Qué dolor, porque tú me tratas así. Así, no sé cómo llegamos aquí. Como lo escogiste no me explico why you picked up over me. No me explico cómo lo escogiste. Sabes muy bien cómo te quise. Como yo te quise, girl. Sabes muy bien cómo te quise. Como yo te quise. Si me duele, 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 duele tanto. Si me duele, 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 duele tanto.
Vamos con el reggaetón. ¿A quién le gusta el reggaetón? ¿A quién le gusta el reggaetón? Con el corito que dice: dime dónde lloré, sabes bien que yo estoy por ti. Cada día piensas en mí, conectamos desde que te conocí. Dime lloré, sabes que yo estoy por ti. Cada día piensas en mí, conectamos desde que te conocí. Y déjate llevarte, vámonos en un viaje. Que quiero transitar contigo más que amigo. Entrégate, vámonos en un viaje. Quiero vacilar contigo. Todo el mundo con la mano, con la mano. Entrégate, dale, entrégate, dale, entrégate, entrégate. Yo quiero más amor, quiero una relación, quiero comprender la misma equivocación, pero ella sabe que conmigo es diferente. Tengo una amiga de mucha gente, por eso vámonos en un viaje, que quiero vacilar contigo más que amigo. Vámonos en un viaje, quiero vacilar contigo. ¡Donaldino! ¡Vamos con la mano para arriba! Entrégate, dale, entrégate, entrégate, ¿cómo? Entrégate contigo, esta noche yo me quedo contigo. Tú sabes muy bien lo que yo te quiero hacer. Una sangre amanecer. Date un trago, para los zapatos. Nena, yo me encargo del resto me encargo yo. Vámonos en un viaje, que quiero vacilar contigo más que amigo. Vámonos en un viaje, quiero vacilar contigo más que amigo. Entrégate,
arriba, arriba, con la mano para arriba, arriba, con la mano para arriba, arriba. Dale, entrega, baby, mami, entrégate, que te quiero ver. Tú y yo juntos vamos a amanecer, mami, entrégate, que te quiero ver. Tú y yo juntos vamos a amanecer.
Gracias, mi gente. Tanya, I want Tanya to come over here.
¿Para que baile?
Sí, Tanya, un merenguito para ti especial. Ven, para que baile con nosotros.
No quiero ser tu amante.
Un aplauso para Tanya, she put this together, please. Un aplauso. Es así.
Ya no aguanto como dices que es el dueño tuyo me trae el orgullo, él no te sabe hablar, esa la hice para él, escuche, quiere estar ahí para ver, cuando se cree y sepa que soy dueño de un ser. Lo sé y no me luce, no luce, porque yo me siento tuyo, yo sé que tú te sientes mía, dime yo me siento tuyo, que como te sientes fría, mami yo me siento tuyo, yo sé que tú te sientes mía, dime yo me siento tuyo. Te caliento más te caliento más te caliento más te caliento más. Tito, hey. Solo una cosa te preguntaré, si tienes frío que te da calor, yo soy el dueño de tu fantasía, nadie lo hace como yo. Y a mí tú me gustas casi maquillar, me dices que te tratan mal y eso lo tienes que acabar. Dime qué tú vas a hacer, mami, tengo la inquietud. Si quieres sufrir conmigo, eso lo decides tú. Y seas feliz con él, yo te contestaré. Sé que me vas a llamar cuando yo me siento tuyo. Sé que tú te sientes mía, yo me siento tuyo. Yo te sientes fría, yo me siento tuyo. Yo sé que tú te sientes fría, yo no me siento tuyo. Que eres una porquería. Te caliento más te caliento más te caliento más te caliento más te caliento, te caliento más, te caliento más, te caliento más, te caliento, te caliento, te caliento más, te caliento más, te caliento más, eres tú la que más quiero. Un aplauso para la bailarina.
Sí, para la bailarina, siempre.
Los quiero mucho.
Gracias por venir. This is a real.
As mighty armies clash in a struggle for total domination, the scales can be tipped by one man who has the courage to confront his fate and make a choice that will decide the fate of the world.
Guys put a lot of smoke in today. Wow. But anyway, we're expecting a real superhero? I don't think so. The real life superheroes are the ones that are helping out in their community today. And the LDM show will be there to bring you the events and stories to life. Do you know a real superhero? Let us know. But for now, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Also visit our websites for photos, videos, and updates. But until the meantime, hey, I gotta be out of here.
Cold smiles, I know what it takes to fool this town. I do it till the sun goes down and all through the night time. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what you wanna hear. Leave my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. It's never the right time. I put my armor on, I'll show you strong I am. I put my armor on, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a portrait, no breaks. I'm invincible. I win every single game. I'm so powerful. Don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. I'm unstoppable today. Break down, only alone I will cry out now. You never see what's hiding out deep down. I know, I've heard that to let your feelings show is the only way to make friendships grow. I'm afraid now. I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a portrait, no breaks. I'm invincible. I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. I'm unstoppable today. I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, I'll show you that I am.